Do you have a stink stuck up in your nose that you cannot get rid of? Stinky nose, sinusitis, white tongue, candida on the tongue, blocked nose, polyps, all those words. And I have come to the conclusion, and I have been working on this, thinking about this, researching this since October of 2019. We're now mid-April 2020, and I came to an epiphany the other night as I was looking in the fridge. And I'm going to start with epiphany, then explain what happened. And everyone wants it in 5 minutes, so I'll give you the 5-minute version. I had the 40-minute version. My husband said that's not going to work. So the epiphany is polyps and all those nasal troubles and the horrible taste all relate to your nasal cavity. And your nasal cavity is like your intestines. Now, we've all heard about good bacteria, bad bacteria, probiotics, blah, blah, blah. And we have all these people that we're coming across in our lives that have holes, literally perforations in their gut because they haven't taken care of their gut. Now, that was designed, of course, you take fermented foods away from people, which is the good bacteria, and you put them on fast food, you put them on fake food, and that's going to happen. So we're at a stage now where there's so many people that are sick. Why are they sick? We have the most of everything, yet everyone's sick in some way or the other. You have to really ask yourself that question. Why are there so many people sick? So nose polyps are like holes or perforations in your intestines. So what do? You have to get your nasal cavity healthy. You have to recolonize your nasal cavity with good bacteria. And the epiphany was when I looked at this bottle. This bottle has been in the fridge for a while, and I'm like, kombucha. Let's try that. So I emptied this one, which is a inhaled steroid, and cleaned it. And I put kombucha. And I have been doing kombucha now, I guess, for about 2 weeks. And I have almost forgotten about the stinkiness until this morning. I woke up and it was like, ugh, it's there again. But it needs to be recolonized. Sinuses are up here and down here. So whenever you spray, ooh, 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 and down. There's a hole down. Do that every time. Put it somewhere where you see it. Every time I come to the sink, it's a bit, it's pretty much turned to vinegar, so, I had almost forgotten for like half a day yesterday. I didn't put mints in my mouth. I didn't put these ginger things I had. I didn't put anything. And it was just like, but you can't. You have to literally keep going. So every time you can in a day, put it up. I'm going to back up. And in this same container, I also did apple cider vinegar and distilled water. And that helped. Now I'm thinking, I'm going to try another one. I use what you have. Use what you have. And I got this idea from the natural method guy, a Chinese guy. He does all these great sinus clearing videos. I did that for a while. It really helps. And he said castor oil and something. So I have virgin, great extra virgin olive oil from a vineyard in Sparta. And I have frankincense and myrrh. So I did that. I still got a lot of that. But, it's about a third down. That's when I had the epiphany for the kombucha. So, don't be afraid to do your own research. I went to 2 ENTs. The ENT, yes, the antibiotics and the Flagyl, then the corticosteroid spray up your nose did help. It kicked it out 80%. But then if you basically take antibiotics, it's killed all the antibiotics, being antibiota, which is against the body, basically kills. You have a clean slate. You're like a baby coming out. That's why the baby's poo is so yellow. You have to colonize, and when you have a vaginal birth, all that bacteria and everything comes all over the baby and in the baby's mouth, and it helps to colonize the baby's digestive tract. Same idea. We're recolonizing your sinuses, and it will help. Now, do I still have polyps? Yes. We'll see. This is a continual learning and figuring things out. Don't worry about that. Keep going. Keep trying. So ENT doctors, ear, nose, and throat, very good for giving you medication, very good for CAT scans. But for this type of thing, I don't even know if they're allowed to say natural things. And if I had over again, I'd go to a naturopath or a homeopath, because they actually spend the time. And in Canada, the land of free healthcare, that is not covered. It's not so free, by the way. There's this list on the wall at my doctor's office of everything that's not covered now. I'm looking at it going, oh God, what are they going to charge me with this time? Anyway, I wanted to keep this quick. I wanted to keep this short. It is pure misery, this stink in the mouth. And it comes and it invades and it coats, and your whole mouth tastes like a dusty attic or the worst hangover you ever had. And you're spitting and you're gargling and you're brushing and you're spraying and you're doing whatever you can. But if you're not putting good bacteria up there, and I just want to do a quick these little sprays sometimes work, sometimes don't. These are kombucha scoobies. I have tried to kill these things. Yeah, this one's from I got 2018 on here, but I've had these for years. I have tried to kill them. I just added a little sugar to them so they have something to eat this morning. I've tried to kill them, but they will not die. These things are like Russians in a movie that will not die. Of course, kombucha is Russian, and before the whole steroid thing, they always had kombucha. That was part of their thing. And they do like a kvass beet thing that they ferment, and sauerkraut, of course. So those things are all great for your digestive tract. I came across a lady after I had the kombucha epiphany, and she uses Korean kimchi. She just puts it in her nose, and of course you breathe up and it goes up. And she has healed her family's sinus problems. So, what do you have in your fridge? If you're stuck inside with this bloody COVID, blah, 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 bloody, maybe I'll edit that out because I don't want any bad words. But it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So many levels. And that comes back to bacteria and yeast. But COVID-19, isn't that a virus? Anyway, so if you have your digestive tract healthy as much as you can, and your nose, sinuses healthy as much as you can, that's sort of like the first front in your battle. And you have to be battle ready nowadays, obviously. Look at the health of that. This thing is healthy and impressive. And it is truly horrible. If you're only watching this if you have this, or you have a relative or a friend or whatever who has this. It's truly a horrible thing to have this, and I'm almost forgetting about it. And it's only been like a few days that I haven't had it at full bore. I've had it at full bore October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 6 months, half a year I've been thinking about this, and I've researched it from every angle. There's even this dorky kid that has bad taste in your mouth. It's nuts. So I think I've covered everything. If I haven't, I'll pop it in the little bars underneath. title bars. And I want you to think and realize and to understand, you can beat this. It can be beat. You just have to think a little bit different. Think about it. Pills have not been around that long. You know, fermented food has been around the whole time. Go look at the history of beer. Very interesting. You know, beer and the history of salt. There's a really good book on salt, by the way. Very interesting reading. Because we wouldn't have had colonization. We wouldn't have had travel. We wouldn't have had long voyages without fermented food. Think about Brits. They're known as limeys, right? Because they have to have the lime. They finally realized that that would keep away scurvy. So I can't pop everything I know into this video. I want to pop in enough to inspire you, to make you realize that it is feasible. It is feasible. You can do it. Take control of your life. Heal thyself. And I wish you the best of luck. So this is Housewives Anonymous. Not so stinky in the nose anymore. Thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe, hit all those things you gotta hit, and do that. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.